inside the cage. Here comes Reigns with a Superman punch, and the fight
Step into
is
the
on.
ring, fans. It's Main Event Reports, bringing you all the latest from WWE. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. The twist ending to this year's Survivor Series left the entire fan base buzzing. WWE's decision to insert a masked figure into the final moments of the men's War Games match was either a stroke of long-term creative brilliance or a risky move that could fall flat depending on how they follow through. The mysterious intruder entered the cage during a critical moment, delivered a stomp to CM Punk, and allowed Bron Breakker to score the winning pin for Paul Heyman's Vision faction. Since then, fans have been dissecting body language, possible motives, and lingering rumors, while WWE sits back and enjoys the speculation. It's a classic cliffhanger strategy that can elevate interest heading into Royal Rumble and eventually WrestleMania, if the reveal is handled correctly. Why Seth Rollins is the most obvious suspect. The first name on everyone's mind is Seth Rollins, simply because the stomp is so closely associated with him. Rollins has real storyline history with Punk, including controversial moments from years prior, so the idea of Rollins costing Punk a victory fits narratively. But there are holes in this theory. Rollins is currently out of action in WWE's storyline due to a shoulder injury that supposedly required surgery. It is difficult to imagine someone recovering from a major procedure well enough to scale a cage structure and execute a high-impact maneuver. Commentary also repeatedly mentioned Rollins' injury during the broadcast, which almost feels like WWE intentionally drawing attention to him, something they usually avoid when they want a surprise. It leaves fans wondering whether WWE wants us to think Rollins is the obvious answer just to mislead us, or if the injury storyline was designed from the start as part of this mystery. The bigger question, though, is why Rollins would help a faction he's been feuding with. Unless WWE plans a major reveal tying Rollins and Heyman together, the motivations feel unclear. The Chris Jericho theory and its business appeal. Another popular theory points to Chris Jericho, especially with recent reports suggesting WWE may be interested in bringing him back for a final run. Jericho has always been deliberate about reinventing himself, and returning under a mask would align with his preference for memorable comebacks. The masked individual's build wasn't enormous, but had the frame of an experienced veteran, which some fans connected to Jericho's current physique. Creatively, Jericho aligning with the Vision could be justified through his long-established persona of being an opportunist who loves making high-impact statements. A slow-burn reveal would keep interest alive for weeks, which Jericho understands better than most. The issue, of course, is that no one knows his contractual status with AEW, which means this theory relies heavily on speculation rather than confirmation. Until someone credible verifies that Jericho is even able to appear in WWE, this theory remains intriguing but uncertain. Austin theory, the most logical creative choice. The most grounded theory may actually be Austin theory. He has been absent from television for weeks due to an injury, making his return time flexible enough for a mystery angle. Theory fits the Vision faction's theme of being young, ambitious, and intent on breaking through the established hierarchy. His character thrives on inserting himself into dramatic situations to elevate his own profile, so helping the Vision win War Games would be perfectly in character. Unlike Rollins, he doesn't have storyline contradictions that complicate things. Unlike Jericho, his availability isn't a question. And unlike many other guesses, Theory is someone WWE has been trying to build as a long-term star. Reintroducing him through a high-stakes moment gives him instant momentum and fresh storyline possibilities. The stomp he delivered could simply be explained as a borrowed move, something that happens often in chaotic, multi-person matches. From a creative and logistical standpoint, Theory might be the strongest candidate. What the mystery means for WWE heading into WrestleMania season, regardless of who the masked man ultimately is, his interference dramatically shifted WWE's landscape. The Vision winning War Games positions them as a dominant heel group, with Heyman at the helm, and Bron Breakker pinning CM Punk gives him immediate credibility as a top contender. Heyman calling Breakker the uncrowned champion lays the groundwork for a future title match. WWE has sometimes moved through feuds too quickly, so pacing will be crucial if they want Punk versus Breakker to feel meaningful. Letting Breakker earn a series of victories on the way to a title shot would strengthen both characters and keep fans invested. Punk can elevate younger stars when the story is allowed to breathe, and Breakker's power-driven style contrasts well with Punk's veteran strategy. This could become one of the year's strongest rivalries if WWE builds it properly. The tension between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Another intriguing development came after the match, when Roman Reigns helped CM Punk up but brushed off Cody Rhodes entirely. This subtle moment added fuel to a long-brewing dynamic. Reigns and Rhodes have unfinished business, and WWE is clearly keeping that rivalry simmering until the right moment. Whether they choose to revisit it at WrestleMania or hold it for later will depend on how other storylines fall into place. Leaving breadcrumbs like this gives fans something to watch for without forcing the next chapter prematurely. Long-term storytelling requires patience from both WWE and the audience, and this tension is the kind that can escalate naturally over time. Brock Lesnar's role and future implications. Brock Lesnar's involvement in the Vision's win is also fascinating. Traditionally, Lesnar is portrayed as a lone powerhouse, not someone who aligns with groups. His presence suggests an influence from Paul Heyman that goes deeper than their on-screen separation. It may not mean Lesnar is part of the faction permanently, but it positions him alongside younger talent in a way that could signal a shift in his role. As he continues to age and work a more limited schedule, WWE may be preparing him to serve as a major attraction who occasionally boosts rising stars. Having him alongside Breakker and the Vision helps anchor the group with star power and credibility. WWE's challenge: execution over excitement. As exciting as the Masked Man angle is, WWE's biggest challenge now is follow-through. Over the past few years, the company has sometimes unveiled clever ideas only to abandon them or rewrite them abruptly. Fans are understandably cautious about getting invested too quickly. For this storyline to succeed, WWE must commit to whichever direction they choose and ensure that the reveal makes sense for the characters involved. Whether it's Rollins returning with a shocking explanation, Jericho beginning a farewell story, or Austin Theory ascending into a major role, the reveal has to feel earned and logical. A storyline built on mystery only works if the payoff matches the build-up.